Steven Gureño, KO Art of Sports, are here with the legend, man, the soon-to-be legend, I feel like, Diego Pachecho. Man, looking sharp, brother, looking sharp. Got the Dolce & Gabbana bandana fit. I like, you know, very LA, you know what I mean, which is you, brother. You looks like you're feeling good, man. What does it feel like to be fighting back at home?
It feels amazing, man. You know, I'm super excited to be here, man. It's been a hell of a year, you know. This year it's been a lot of crazy events for me. You know, I became a father, you know, and just going through a lot of things in life, and I'm super happy to be here. You know, I mean, the progression has been amazing. You know, the time flies, man. I remember when I debuted at 17, like it was yesterday. Now I'm here, headlining and looking forward to putting on an amazing show.
Yeah, man. I was going to tell you, man. Congratulations on becoming a father, man. How does that motivation now change you in the gym? I asked Jose the same thing, and he says he sees a difference. Do you feel and see a difference yourself?
Definitely, man. From the moment I found out I was going to be a father, man, it just felt like just a switch in my head. You know, just turning from being a kid who really didn't care about anything to being that man who now have a big responsibility, you know, in taking care of my baby, my wife, my family, and that's the motivation, you know. Just you know, ever since I found out, man, I was in the gym and I was overtime in the gym. After we finished, I'm still there training my ass off, and just looking forward to being here in the big fights. You know, that was what I dreamed of as a little kid, to be headlining, fighting the best fighters in the world, putting on amazing shows, and that's what we're here to do, man, to just keep winning.
Definitely, man. You are here, man. You're fighting a tough guy in Sulecki. I realized when I saw this fight, I was like, wow, this is like a big step up. Sulecki's only lost to Daniel Jacobs and Andrade. He beat Gabe Rosado, who's going to be commenting on your fight. I mean, he's, you know, a solid, tough guy. Do you feel this is like the right time, the right opponent at the right time for you?
Oh, definitely, man. You know, Sulecki's a guy, like you said, who's been in big fights. You know, he's beat a lot of good fighters. He's been in big world championship fights, you know, so this is nothing new to him. And I feel like it's the perfect time, you know. Now I'm ranked #1 by a few sanctioning bodies, and I'm getting closer and closer to that world title. And before I get to that world title, I need to get through guys like Sulecki, you know, who you know, hopefully will bring everything Saturday and will bring a big test. You know, as a kid, you know, even as a pro now, you know, that's what I dreamed of one day being in a war, you know, where guys we're going shot for shot. You know, that's what I dreamed of, you know, and hopefully Saturday night that's what we'll get.
Yeah, man. You know, you mentioned, you know, it's guys like this to go to a world title shot. You know, a guy obviously in your promotion company, Edgar Berlanga, maybe didn't have to face a Sulecki, right, to get like the biggest fight, you know, there is. I know you've talked you know, I thought you and Berlanga was the fight. I thought that was the Mexico-Puerto Rico fight. You know, he's still got a Mexican and Canelo, you know what I mean? Just what's your thoughts on that, maybe, that, you know what I mean, you kind of got there maybe sooner than most thought?
Yeah, you know, and it's crazy because before Edgar signed with Matchroom, Eddie was talking about making that fight happen, but then he signed to Matchroom, and now they're looking at Canelo, you know. So I mean, it is what it is, you know. I feel like Edgar is just, we're both fighting the same level of opponents. We're both around the same record, and you know, I feel like it was the perfect time for me to fight Edgar, and winner will get the big fight, you know what I mean? But it is what it is, man. He got the fight. You know, I wish him all the best, and for that fight, let the best man win.
Well, I know you've sparred, you know, Canelo. Obviously, you're in camp with David. I know you're sparring David as well. I don't want to ask you necessarily power comparison, but more like mind, right? Like more strategy-wise. Like, what did Canelo kind of get you thinking about that maybe, you know, other people don't, and kind of vice versa with David?
Canelo, I feel like, you know, he's a guy who he kind of like plays possum a little bit. He just plays, he's chill, and then he looks for that one shot, you know, and if you let him land that one shot, then it could be over, you know what I mean? So that's the thing about him, is you got to be on your toes all 3 minutes of the round, you know what I mean? And he's a great fighter, you know. He has a lot of experience, and he has a lot of power, and yeah, man, that's about Canelo. Canelo's a legend for sure. And David Benavidez, I feel another guy who's gonna go down as a legend. You know, he's a hell of a fighter. You know, I feel like a lot of people don't give him credit for his IQ and his defense and the things he does in the ring, because he's never really had to showcase it in fights. You know, in fights, his offense is his defense, and he just messes guys up with his offense and dominates fights, you know. But both fighters, you know, are guys that I've looked up to since I was a kid, and you know, I've had the pleasure of working with both of them, and I just feel like that's the biggest fight in boxing, you know. And I don't know if we'll ever get it, but if we do, man, it'll be a treat for us for sure.
Right, for sure. Hopefully we do, right? I know, obviously, you know, like we said, you were in camp with David. Is that Canelo fight? I mean, do you guys even talk about it, or is it kind of one of those things that maybe just media guys bring up because you guys just kind of know what it is? Canelo just doesn't seem to want to fight him right now.
There was a time where we would talk about it a lot, you know, because there was a time where there was talks about the fight possibly happening. But after that kind of fell off, then that's when everyone was just like, like, man, you know, it is what it is. But, you know, Benavidez Sr. is the one that tries to push it a lot. He doesn't let it die off, you know. But you know, we're kind of, David is more like, man, if it happens, it happens. And if it doesn't, oh, well, you know, I'll keep doing me, keep chasing his goals, and yeah, that's that.
I know you've mentioned you know, Mbili, he's a fighter kind of on the rise, you know, tough dude, obviously, you know, just went the distance this last couple of weeks ago against Derevyanchenko. You know, is that a fight you think also maybe is kind of like maybe more realistic just because Canelo's kind of doing his own thing? It seems like David might get the shot, you know, before you, but is Mbili kind of maybe the next kind of best name out there for you?
I feel like it, yeah. Billy is one of the guys ranked the highest, and he's a great fighter as well, like you said, on the come up, just like me. And if we can't get those world title shots, then we'll go for the biggest fights that aren't world title fights, with guys in the top 10 like Mbili, like Eric Binzianya, Munguia, you know, Edgar Berlanga, Plan. All those guys, all those fighters will make for a great fight against me, and I'm just excited, man. I'm excited about this fight. You know, of course, I'm not overlooking Sulecki. Like I said, a hell of a fighter. And come Saturday night, you know, I'm just looking forward to showcasing what I do against a good opponent like Sulecki.
You know, it is called the War Grounds here, right? I mean, have you been to fights here, as a kid? Like, what fights do you kind of remember being here as a kid?
I grew up 10 minutes from here. You know, I swear my mom lives 10 minutes from here. So, yeah, I remember coming here plenty of times as a kid with my friends, with my parents, with my dad, and just enjoying it, man. I remember it was always good fight nights here. And one that comes to mind is most recently the Fundora fight with Sue. That was a great fight. Before that, you know, I remember seeing Danny Garcia, seeing a lot of fighters, man. You know, a lot of fighters fought here, and Charlos with Castaño. That was a hell of a fight. And yeah, man, you know, that was all I remember. Is mostly PBC fights here. It wasn't really Matchroom. So now Matchroom is here, and hopefully, you know, it's going to be an amazing show.
There it is. It's time for the Diego Pacheco War for the chapter in here.
Time for the DP show, man. And I'm listening. Come Saturday, man, it's going to be a great show.
There it is. Diego, man, best of luck, brother. It's great seeing you do your thing, brother. Thank you.